switch this up. We're gonna play some basketball. Cavs versus the Pistons on the Cavs. Okay.
It's the 2K Sports pregame
let's
show.
do this.
Hello, everybody.
And
Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet
that.
Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Tonight we're watching Kyrie Irving, former #1 pick overall. That's a lofty level of expectation to live up to, Kenny, but he's matched the hype surrounding him.
Yeah, he can hurt you from a lot of areas of the floor, and he shoots the three off the dribble, spot up three, dribble, break you down off the dribble, get you in transition. Which way can he beat you? He's a natural-born scorer, but when he's becoming that natural passer, it makes this team almost unstoppable to beat.
Yes, natural-born scorer. That's because he was born in New Jersey. People underestimate his strength. He's tough, he's strong. And I don't know between him and Steph.
So, let's do this. Oh, and I want to give this out to Ox's little daddy. He's been my friend on here. He's helped me play.
At the shooting guard position, at 6'6" number 5, J.R. Smith. Starting at center, at 6'9", number 13, Tristan Thompson. He's starting at forward from UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. He's starting at point guard from Duke University, number 2, Kyrie Irving. From St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron James. The head coach of your
coming to you live on 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Home court advantage goes to the Cavaliers, playing here in Quicken Loans Arena. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Outside Jackson, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's picked up a couple of quick fouls here. I think he's pressing. He's got to settle down a bit.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Cavaliers. Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Pope loose. LeBron outside. Detroit with the rebound.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing. Not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
Jackson misses. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. And it's Smith missing. Cleveland on defense. Up the floor. Here's Caldwell Pope, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Now, here's Thompson. Love kicks to Dellavedova. From past the arc. That falls. Great assist by Love. Dellavedova's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Here's James after the made shot from Andre Drummond. From 10 feet out, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team. Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Here's Caldwell Pope, finds himself wide open and drills it. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said, there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Jackson. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Outside Jackson. 5 to shoot. They get it back. Drummond buries it down low. Drummond's got 6 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Kicks to Love. Back to LeBron. 3-pointer. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. The Pistons have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't in. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. Here's Dellavedova. From deep, James tries to keep it alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Pistons leading by 3. Meeks dishes to Jackson. Johnson, the pass to Baines. There's a screen. Meeks with it. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And he gets it to go. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team play.
Here's Jackson. The Cavaliers making the shot, and he gets it to go.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Meeks can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Fry. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the Pistons were a better team last season than they were in 2014. I mean, they still ended up bottom in the Central Division, but most of it was because of how strong the Central really was last season.
And both free throws good for Fry. Well, Greg, as you said, the Pistons were last in the Central Division last year. They had finished 4th each of the last 4 years before that, Clark.
And, you know, the Pistons actually had more wins last year coming in last than they did in any of the 4 seasons they finished 4th. I mean, just shows you how tough and improved the Central Division was last year. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's the dish to Tolliver. To the wing on the left. Here's Meeks. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. There's 14 seconds left in the first. Pass to Mozgov. It's deflected. Here's Baines. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way.
And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even killed. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
The effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounding. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Channing Frye out there with Kevin Love. And it's Shumpert in at the small forward. They set the screen. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Irving. Offensive rebound. Here's Caldwell Pope. The layup off target.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Morris a screen. Jackson kicks to Morris. No one near him. The Pistons rebound. Here's Harris. Here's Drummond. And at last they get one to fall. Drummond's got 8.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Irving. Pistons have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Jackson drives in. Morris dishes to Drummond. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Irving for 3. That's good. Irving's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Again the miss by Morris. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Irving passes to Smith. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished 3rd in the Central in 2014. But that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
And Jackson with the block. Here's Caldwell Pope. Botches the breakaway layup.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he flows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Cleveland did win the Central, as you alluded to, won 11 in-division games against what was a very tough division.
No easy opponents in that Central Division last year. 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 was knocking on the door. The Cavs did what they needed to do to bring home the banner.
And here we go. Shumpert into the...
Oh, did y'all see that?
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
Yes.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have
that dunk though. That was nice.
They had a total of
I'll give it
22
to Smith.
back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers.
Oh my gosh,
he's
guys.
checked in for Fry. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. LeBron's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. The Pistons lead.
Get it.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games.
Subscribe
44
if you
were
like
part of their back-to-backs. Over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
From deep, LeBron.
Oh, LeBron.
The shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. 51 seconds left in the first half. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right
that was a good one.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Yes.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night, and he knocks down the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate
probably
pressure
my worst
on
game.
themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
And the pass to Meeks. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And the Pistons lead by 7.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Irving with a clean look. And another miss by Cleveland. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now is when you need a spark.
And the first half comes to
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I'll be right back, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit with a 5-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. And you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
One thing I really like is their pace. Nice.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's got 13 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is
really production personified. Okay. If you want me to, I will. What?
Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. Good D from Love. Cleveland's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
There's the 3. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 11 points.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Irving, good.
Guys, I'm sorry. Hold on real quick. Well, guys, I'm gonna cut it there. I had to go somewhere. I'll see y'all later, okay? So, peace, I guess.